Hello friends. In the secondary market, most SUVs came with engines of 5.3 liters, and only a small share are cars with units with a capacity of 6.2 liters. American engines are very reliable and the timing chain lasts a long time. Interruptions in operation can occur due to cracking of the ignition coil housing or throttle body contamination. After 150,000 kilometers, the fuel pump in the tank often fails. Dips in traction appear. All engines were combined with a 4-speed 4L60E automatic transmission, and since 2011 with a 6-speed 6L80. Both boxes are quite reliable. Many owners, after 120 to 150,000 kilometers, note the appearance of shocks, which are treated by flashing the ECU. Occasionally, there are problems with the torque converter. Vibrations occur. Nevertheless, machines rarely come to the service, and if such a need arises, then the restoration costs turn out to be relatively small. The main thing is to update the oil in the box every 60,000 kilometers and monitor the automatic transmission oil cooling pipes. Sometimes they begin to leak after 80 to 110,000 kilometers. The all-wheel drive system has 4 modes of operation: 2H, rear-wheel drive; auto, front wheels are connected automatically using a multi-plate clutch; 4H, clutch locked; and 4L, lower row engaged. The transfer case is quite reliable, but sometimes the pump damper fails. As a result, the pump begins to knock on the case of the dispenser and breaks it. At high mileage, the drive chain may stretch. After 50 to 100,000 kilometers, it is often necessary to change the worn crosses of the rear drive shaft. By 100,000 kilometers, some owners note the appearance of play in the right axle shaft of the rear axle. This is the result of wear on the groove holding the half ring. When the play becomes critical, a knock occurs. The axle shaft will have to be replaced. The front suspension is fully independent, double wishbone. The upper arm is steel and the lower arm is aluminum. The upper ball joint, unlike the lower one, changes with the lever and lasts longer. As a rule, ball joints wear out after 100 to 150,000 kilometers. By this time, it is the turn of the front hubs. 3 suspension options were installed in the Tahoe: regular, with springs of variable stiffness, and active, with electronically controlled shock absorbers and rear pneumatic elements. Unfortunately, air springs have a relatively low resource, 80 to 120,000 kilometers. A defective cylinder forces the air compressor to constantly work, which leads to its premature wear. Front shock absorbers run more than 100 to 150,000 kilometers. Over time, play appears in the lower cross of the steering shaft. Many prefer not to notice this defect. Fortunately, there are no troubles due to the fault of the cross. Sometimes the body rolls to the driver's side. The difference in height reaches 3 to 4 centimeters. At the same time, the car does not lead anywhere. To eliminate the roll, you either have to change the springs or update the program for controlling the body position sensors, if there is an active suspension. Or you have to get used to it and do nothing. The paintwork of the body is not very durable. With age, the paint on the tailgate peels off, chips appear on the bumper, at the bottom of the wings, and doors. The number on the frame on the right side near the rear door requires additional corrosion protection. Top versions were equipped with electric footrests. Often, after a few years, they began to creak or wedge. The mechanism requires regular maintenance, removal, disassembly, and lubrication with a dirt-repellent composition. Otherwise, the hinges wear out, the bracket collapses, the drive motor or gearbox fails. After 4 to 5 years, the tailgate shock absorbers are surrendered, or the external button fails. Water gets inside. In addition, the rear window heating contact falls off. By this time, the wiper trapezoid is sour, and its hinges are worn out. Sometimes the door locks fail. Mirror elements and branded wheel covers are often the prey of thieves. With age, more and more crickets appear in the cabin. The steering wheel is wiped and the paint is erased from the air conditioning fan control buttons. Problems with the air conditioning system often arise due to rotten rear circuit pipes. Parkotronic sensors do not differ in durability either. The leftmost one often fails. Sometimes front impact sensors fail. They are located on the frame behind the front bumper. Moisture gets inside the sensor housing and corrosion occurs. As a result, errors appear in the airbag control system. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.